for Creative Floral Arrangers of the Americas. This is the second in a series that I intend to do to give to our members as a gift. Since we are not having the symposium in 2021, we will have it in 2022. And in the meantime, we're going to keep in touch and try to entertain you a little. So, today I'd like to work in glass. This is a large glass container that I bought. I don't know why, but I have used it on occasion. What I have here is a acrylic ribbon made by Tommy Rowland and sold at SIFA. So what I'm trying to do in these videos is to use much of the materials that I have purchased at SIFA along the years and showcase them so that you might be interested in coming to SIFA, enjoying our presentations, which are fabulous, and purchasing some of this very unusual equipment components that I will be using. What I'm going to be using is a Kenzan. This is a Kenzan that is a cup Kenzan. You can actually put water in it. It has very sharp needles here, as I've found out along the years. And it holds water. It's very heavy, so that it really holds the material that you put in there quite well. It comes in all kinds of shapes and sizes, some of which you can pair with another, make a circle. These are very expensive, but they are very worth it because they'll be with you forever. I'll show you a couple more. This is a cup Kenzan that I have painted, I guess, to match a grouping that I was doing, and it kind of blends in that way. This is a standard Kenzan, comes in all sizes, big, little. Here's a fairly large one, and the weight of it is really secure. You can also put that floral adhesive on the bottom and adhere it, kind of turn it, make a little snake of the adhesive, put it on here, put it in your container and just kind of give it a turn, and that is not going anywhere. It stays. There's another little tiny one I have here that I have actually put a little bit of oasis in to hold a smaller piece of material, which you can do. It's also hard to get that out once you get it in. So what I suggest is taking a piece of nylon stocking and roll it, really bringing it down across the needles before you put the foam in. Then you can lift the nylon out and out comes the foam. But I didn't do that here. So I have a little couple of 5-10 minutes of trying to get that out. But today what I'm going to use, I have two. One is a square one that hooks onto others very cleverly. I don't need a second one, so all I have is the one. And I'm going to impale my materials on that and then lift it or drop it into, don't drop into the glass. Gently lower it into the glass, and hopefully it will stay where I want it. And the other one is going to be a smaller Kenzan that actually has a hole in it here that you can actually screw in another piece of metal, and it will impale in a piece of wood or something that you want to hold it in. So I'm going to be using those two. And what I'm going to do is try to work inside this container, but I have beautiful plant material that is growing in the garden, And this is a hanging heliconia. And I've tried it a couple of different ways in here. One was completely inside, and it was pretty, but not striking. And when you're doing a creative design, you want to be striking. Bold, bold colors, bold shapes, sparse material, but beautiful material. So I have here a piece of Sansevieria, which is mother-in-law's tongue. Please note that it has almost a white edge. And I've also chosen a piece that has quite a turn in it, and that's more interesting. So when we're doing creative designs, we want to choose materials that are bold, that hold your interest, and that may be a little unusual. So what I'd like to do with this is to get it to wrap around that stem and hide this stem a bit and show off the beauty of the Sansevieria. So I've pre-cut this because I didn't want you to have to suffer watching me cut this. And I'm going to try to impale it on this in such a way that I'm trying to be clever here, so I wouldn't have to do it 3 times, and try to get it on there. It's not the easiest of tasks, so I will do my best here. Okay, is that going to stand? If it doesn't, I can just adjust it a little. I want to try to stand it on its own. Something's cracking. Hope it's not one of my bones. Okay. So I think that's impaled on there. Now when I get it in that container, I would like very much to have this not show the Kenzan, the mechanics. So I have a piece of Ming that grows in my garden. I have it in the ground, and I have it in a couple of different pots. Once I get something I really love, I try to have it in a number of places, because all of a sudden something's going to happen and it will die. So you want to have it in a few places. So I'm going to try to get a little bit of Ming in here. And this is hard because you have to make sure it's not showing the mechanics before it goes in. And of course it's not going to work right, but I won't bother you with minutia here. So I'm just cutting little pieces of it, trying to get it in to cover that Kenzan. And of course I'm going to try to do this rather quickly for you, so I won't be fiddling with it forever. But in reality, you know that I would, and you would, fiddle for a long time. So here we go. And of course there's a little bit of sticky stuff on here to stick to the tablecloth. Okay, let's try it. In you go. I'm working in front of my Chinese screen in my living room. Oops, I want him outside. Didn't work inside very well. I liked it outside better. So let's see if we can get this to go where I want it, not where it wants. Okay, now this I want to stand up here. Of course it's not doing what I wanted before. I want that there. Okay. Now, did I show you the other colors of these? These ribbons come, I have one in black, which is lovely. Very, very beautiful to work with. And there's another color that I adore. And unfortunately this one got broken, but I still use it, hiding the little break there. This is the green, and it has a light of its own. I just love it. And it comes in other colors as well. I do have a light blue one, which is graceful and dainty. These are rather bold. So, now let's see what we have here. That's not bad. I kind of want it turned a bit. Let's see if I can. I don't think I can, but let's see. There you go. Very good. Okay. I can't really see what I'm doing, but you can. Now, I've tried another one in here, and I have others. I've tried it behind it. I've tried it inside it, and it's too much. When we're doing a creative design, we want to keep it sparse. And this is sparse. Now, one could argue that it's a divided design, and maybe that's a good argument. But I tried this. This is a second piece of Sansevieria, again with a beautiful twist. I just love the way it twists and turns and hugs things. And I have another Kanzan. I've cut this to where I think I want it. And I'm not going to use it on this side. It was just too much stuff for me. I am Ikebana trained, and what I love about Ikebana is the sparseness of the showing off of your materials. So I'm going to impale this as well into this small Kanzan, smaller. And again, I don't want to show the mechanics, so I will cover with a little piece of Ming. Let's see if I can get that where I want it. And so far, this is going fairly well. We'll see. All right, there's a little Ming there. Let's see. I'm going to try to keep that curve in our face, so to speak, so that it shows off. I need something else in here, but I certainly don't want another flower. It's just too much. So I'm going to call this done, and I will try to get a good picture of it. In fact, let me move away.